Hey everyone, so I know I've been kind of radio silent on Glee for this season. I've kind of not felt it strongly. I mean, I've still been watching every episode, but I haven't been as excited. But I am excited again because of Glee 100 that's happening next week. So I thought I'd do a quick synopsis of last night's episode and then get into what I'm excited about for Glee 100. So here we go. So last night's episode was called City of Angels. So finally we're getting to nationals and it's in LA. So I thought it was really sweet and fun that they were in LA and they did the double decker tour bus and they drove all around LA because obviously Glee is taped in Hollywood in LA. And they went to Pink's Hot Dogs, which I've been to several times and it's kind of overrated in my opinion, but I'm kind of biased. I'm from the East Coast. So I'm a Nathan's hot dog girl. So anyway, the favorite things that I want to point out in this episode is I really loved how this episode was another tribute to Finn in a different way. I'm glad that they acknowledged that he helped New Directions get to the nationals through the regional competition, and I loved how Bert and Carol asked to be the chaperones. I really think that the actress who portrays Carol Hummel, Romy Rosemont, will hopefully get nominated for an Emmy for her guest role here because she's a wonderful actress and she did a great job. So I thought Throat Explosion. I mean, we all knew they were going to win because we knew that the Glee Club was gonna have to disband per the storyline of what's going on. It's like the worst kept spoiler ever. So I thought they did a pretty good job. Skylar Astin's amazing. If you don't know who he is, he was the lead in Pitch Perfect, and he also was in Spring Awakening with Leah Michelle and Jonathan Groff. So the first song I didn't really like, but I loved that One Republic song, Counting Stars. So I thought they did an amazing job. So supposedly the basis of the song set of New Direction set was a tribute to Finn or Finn's favorite songs, as we learned from Carol. So I thought it was great that Tina finally had a shining moment in a competition, especially nationals. So she sang on Boston's More Than a Feeling with Blaine. They were the main singers. And I think it really showed off her vocal range and what a great singer she actually is. Especially with the fact that they're writing Tina out. Basically, they're sending her off to Brown University, which I guess will be revealed. And she's not going to be joining the New York Kids, I guess, which makes me sad. They've always underutilized Tina and Jenna as an actress, so hopefully she'll get better opportunities. The next song in the set was Neil Diamond's America, which I thought was an awkward song to choose, but this kind of had both the newer kids and then seniors participating in the song equally. And then the last song, I still haven't found what I'm looking for, is a great U2 song. So we saw that Sam took the lead, but it was mainly the seniors who sang the lead parts in that song. So I think overall it was a great set. It definitely was not New Direction's best set. They've been through regionals and sectionals and regionals and nationals a lot. So we've seen their growth, and this definitely was not their strongest. And I think that was the point that was made, unfortunately. They even said that it was perceived that they weren't going to be as strong as the Nationals team, and it really was. It kind of just felt like they just weren't as good. And that actually that Throat Explosion deserved to win, at least in my opinion. The other side story that they had going on was Marley, um, questioning her singer-songwriter ability. I have to say, I honestly didn't care. I mean, I know that they have to throw the kids a sort of storyline because they haven't been focusing on them at all, and they are still part of the cast. But I thought it was great that Mercedes, tried to bolster her up and say like, don't lose confidence, and then it looked like Marley had confidence again. The other part that I liked was at the end between Sue and Will that they actually had a nice moment and they weren't fighting. And Sue wasn't like, it wasn't a competition of who's gonna win or who's gonna lose. It's just that its Glee Cup is over. So, which will lead us into Glee 100 and 101 and what happens there. Um, I think that it's time. It seems like Glee has run its natural course, and it is time to focus on the kids in New York. I don't really know what that means for the kids in Lima, how that's going to happen, because in theory now most of them should be seniors. But I really try to like them. I think they're all very talented. I just think that their stories, to me, weren't as interesting, or that they were rehashes of what has happened. I think that the true magic of the show lied with all the original cast members. And once they decided to graduate them, a big part of the show, it kind of lost its way. And they didn't. I honestly almost would have preferred if they just kept them at school and never let them be like, go through natural time. But again, I'm not Fox. I'm not Ryan Murphy. These are just my opinions. So I'm gonna go through a little bit of what I know about Glee 100 through Tumblr, and I'm trying really hard not to read stuff because I've learned from the past that I've gotten really disappointed when things don't happen that I think is gonna happen. So I'm really excited about Glee 100 because everybody's back. So if you don't know who's back, then that means it's Puck, Mike, Mercedes, Quinn, and Brittany will all be back for the next 2 episodes for sure. So we can gather from this is what I know. If you don't want to know what's happening, then I suggest you stop listening to me and just watch next week and the week after. So I'll start with what I know. So we can see from some of the pictures that Puck is actually in the Air Force. He's wearing a military uniform. Quinn comes back from Yale with a boyfriend. His name is Biff. He's some kind of like jerk, classy jerk, and that's played by Chase Crawford from Gossip Girl. So he's not really in it. He's like there for a couple scenes. And then Mike's back. I don't really know what he's doing. Britt's obviously there. I'm assuming from MIT. And then Mercedes is obviously doing really well in LA, which is what we learned in City of Angels. So the basis of the songs is that they're the top 10 songs that were voted on from a list that was provided by Fox, I guess. So they've taken all these 10 songs that are pretty iconic to the series and they've reimagined them. So if you want the actual song list, I'm sure you can just look it up online. It's been released. I believe they're going to be releasing a CD with all these tracks on them, and you could probably definitely get them on iTunes probably next Tuesday, I'm assuming, or sooner than that. So the two performances I'm most excited about are Valerie by Brittany and Santana. And they're not doing the Amy Winehouse version, they're actually doing the legit, for real, original version of the song by somebody in the Zootons or something. So if you can listen to that version, it is quite different from Amy Winehouse's version. And they released a still of Brittany dancing with Jake, and then Santana's dancing with Mike, and they're dancing in the choir room together. So that's fun. And of course, Valerie was such an iconic song. It was Santana's breakout song in sectionals in the season 2. When they were trying to showcase other talent besides Rachel and Finn. And so that's why that was exciting, obviously. And then the other song that I'm excited about is Toxic. This is an unholy Trinity reunion, and the sets look amazing. And Naya even tweeted out a picture when they were taping it, her ridiculous outfit. And apparently, I mean, if you Twitter feeds of people like Joaquin Cedillo, who is like the director of photography, was charting, like typing, like tweeting about how insane their outfits looked, and then people were asking Harry Shum Jr. to tweet out a picture of them, and he said, "I don't think you can handle it. It's too hot." So the stills of it were pretty hot. So it's great to be excited about Glee again. I know everybody's excited about Glee, especially those of us in the Britannia fandom. Those of us who love the Unholy Trinity, those of us who love the original cast, knowing that they're coming back. Um, so that's all I know, and that's all I want to know, because I want to be super excited for next Tuesday. So I will most definitely have a synopsis or recap of that episode and 101, most definitely. Hopefully this will get me excited about Glee again. As for the other big news that I'm trying to ignore is the rumors that Naya is leaving Glee. I don't think that she will. I think it's just a rumor, and then people are talking trash that she dissed Leah's album. I don't really think that's true. That's a lyric to, like, I don't know, somebody's rap. It's just poor timing on her part to tweet that. I don't honestly think that she's wishing any ill will towards Leah. She's probably very proud and excited of her on her success, because apparently Leah just cracked the top 10 on Billboard, so which is a great accomplishment for her. So anyway, I don't believe the rumors that Nai's leaving. And if she is, I'll be devastated. And yeah, it'll be really hard for me to watch Glee without Naya or Santana there. Um, just one more thing, another note that I've talked about on Tumblr excessively is the fact that I really am not enjoying this rift between Santana and Rachel. I mean, I know they have to make a storyline, and it's really amusing how Santana ended up being the understudy for Funny Girl. But I hate how they made them revert back to their high school roles, and like within like less than in one episode, we had Santana reverting back to being, a bitch, like basically a mean bitch, and that Rachel turned back to being a self-centered person, and like it just they took such time and effort to make us see that they were growing as friends, and they even won the People's Choice Award for best gal pals, and then they go and do that. But I guess there always has to be a story, and it'll be awesome to see them how they're going to get back to being friends. Maybe Brittany can do a fondue for two on the two of them. That'd be pretty awesome. So anyway, I'm sure all of you are excited for Glee 100 like I am, and I will talk to you then. Peace out, homies. Take care. Bye.